So what I'm about to show you with this graph is going to be very powerful on what is going to happen to the future of real estate. A lot of experts like to give their own opinions based on fringe facts. But honestly, one of the main things that we can do is look at history. And when we see similarities in history, we can associate possibly what's going to happen in the future. So what you guys are looking at is the history of home prices from 1977 all the way to 2023. Now, we're comparing the late 70s, early 80s, because that was the most similar inflation years to what we've experienced these past 3 years. So, of course, prices boomed, very similar to how our prices boomed, but there wasn't the crash quite yet like people have been predicting these last few years. It doesn't come till later.
So as you can see on this graph behind us, this happened in the 1980s. Inflation was going crazy and they actually had to raise interest rates 2.5 times to combat inflation. If you guys have been following us for a while, Real Estate Rain Man that is over here predicted this back in 2022 based on the same principle, and he predicted that was going to happen, and we went to 7% interest rates. So that's why this graph is really important to look at future trends.
So as you guys can see, back to the graph, the inflation rates went up in 1982, 83, they were sky high. And look, 83 is exactly where we were 40 years ago in 2023, where prices didn't really go up. They just kind of hovered around there. But look, in 1985, prices went up 3%, exactly what we're predicting. Then in 86, it went up another 3%, exactly what we're predicting. Then it wasn't until 1987 to 1989 when prices are starting to go down. And you guys, I can't make this up, history repeating itself, but that is exactly what is going to happen. You are not going to see prices drop until sometime between 2027 and 2029. And in fact, I'm going to put another Real Estate Rain Man out there. Because we injected over $4 trillion into our economy, way more than the natural inflation that happened back in the 80s, I believe this delay is probably going to get pushed back to somewhere between 2028 to 2030 because we just have that much more money. And do I think the crash will probably be bigger? Yes, I do. But again, you guys, that's 7 years from now. You still have time to make equity, to make money, to invest in real estate, to be safe. And the nice news is when this does drop, guess what's gonna happen to interest rates? They're gonna go down, you're gonna be able to refi, but don't miss out on this equity that's coming.
You guys, we know you have a lot of choices when it comes to real estate agents, but right now it's more important than ever that you are putting your trust within an expert who can predict these market trends. So please, if you haven't already, reach out to us, let us look at your situation and advise you on how to proceed forward.